What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Cam ATL. Shout out to the DFS squad. Shout out to everybody who's watching this video right now. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The main slate was a tough one for me. You guys know I keep it real. I'm gonna be real with you. The main slate was a tough one for me. The early slate was completely opposite of tough. I scored a 181. Scoring was high, so I didn't win as much as I would hope to win with a 181, but a 181, I'll take that any day of the week. That is great. So yeah, the early slate was amazing. I posted it for all of my followers and subscribers on my Twitter at Cam_ATL. On my Twitter, one thing that I've been noticing is I have been absolutely dominating the early slates. Yes, the main slates are consistent too, but it seems like every time I play an early slate, I crush it. So what I'm gonna do, and with that in mind, and the fact that I have stuff to do later on in the day tonight, it's gonna be a struggle for me to be able to get main slates out for my subscribers, my squad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send out the early instead, okay? And if I do get time, I will also send out the main for subscribers, okay? So if you want in on all day tomorrow, you know what to do. Join the squad. Go to greenlightdfs.com and let's get this money together, man. So because we have a 4-game main slate and a 4-game early slate, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the early slate and we're going to go through my high five options for the early slate. All right. Then I'm going to take it to the main slate, give you guys the high five for the main slate, and then obviously run over the batter's box. And then you guys will be good to go at that point and ready to get that money. Once again, if anybody wants to join the squad, get some lineup fire, go to greenlightdfs.com and join the team. That way the options are on the website. All right. Early slate, we've been dominating. Let's keep on getting it. All right. Like I said one more time, subscribers, I will be sending the early slate lineup in the morning, an hour before the early slate starts. Okay, the reason I'm doing that is because I have things to do later on, and I'm worried that I might not get it done in time to be able to send out the main. If I do get it done, though, I will also be sending out the main. So not only will you get the main, but you'll get the early as well. All right? So let's get straight into this early slate fire. I'm really liking these early slate options a lot, a lot, a lot. And I have some fire guys for the main slate as well. Starting off for the pitching for the early slate, I love Corey Kluber. Or what, however you say his name, Kluber. Yeah, Corey Kluber. I feel like I'm saying his name wrong, but you guys know me. So if I'm saying his name wrong, let me know, but I don't know. Corey Kluber. He's at home in Cleveland. Cleveland's offense has been lights out lately. I absolutely love them going against Cotton. I love the Cleveland stack here in the early slate. I absolutely love it. Corey Kluber should get the win, and he's got the high strikeout upside, so I absolutely love him, and I'm willing to pay 11-1 for him. And he has got to be in the high five. The next pitching option that we got for the early slate is Brandon McCarthy. All right? I always seem to play this guy when he plays because he is just so solid. All right. And against St. Louis, he has absolutely killed them. All right. He has been amazing against St. Louis throughout his career. All right. He has faced these St. Louis Cardinals 68 at bats. Out of those 68 at bats, he has only allowed 8 hits, allowed 0 home runs, and holding them to a 118 batting average. That is ridiculous. With that, on top of the way McCarthy has pitched this year, he has been very, very solid. He's got some good upside. I'm locking Brandon McCarthy in, and I'm pairing him up with Kluber, and I love the potential here with that. All right? Next up, for the batters, Next up for the batters at second base, Jose Ramirez. He has been killing it lately, very consistent, been getting those numbers up from he normally will average about the consistent 5 to 8. He's been averaging over 10 the last 3 games. I like Jose Ramirez. He's really been getting the bat going. And like I said, I love a Cleveland stack here. So I absolutely love Jose Ramirez. And with a Cleveland stack in mind, what is a Cleveland stack without Francisco Lindor? I gotta play Francisco. He has been fire as well. And if I'm thinking Cleveland's gonna destroy Cotton, I've got to get one of their best batters in there, Francisco Lindor, and I've got to pair him with Jose Ramirez. I absolutely love the Cleveland stat, guys. Francisco Lindor is going to be hot, and I am ready to get this money riding on the back of Francisco Lindor in this Cleveland stack. Last but certainly not least, in the outfield, we've got Carlos Gonzalez. All right? We all know what Carlos is capable of. He's got the power to knock one out at any moment. And on top of that, against Gallardo, he has gotten 8 hits out of the 19 attempts he has seen him, hitting 1 home run and a .421 batting average versus him. I like Carlos Gonzalez to have a very solid outing here, and at 4,000, I feel like that is a steal. He's going to be a great play in this slate, and I absolutely love him. And that's it, guys. That's the high five for the early slate. We got Corey Kluber, Brandon McCarthy, Jose Ramirez, Francisco Lindor, and Carlos Gonzalez. That is the high five for the early slate. Let's go ahead and zip on over to the main slate and cover the high five for the main. And then the batter's box, of course. Let's get it. All right, guys, it is time for the main slate fire. Starting off at the first pitcher, I got to go with my boy Eduardo Rodriguez. Eduardo's facing a Baltimore team that has been hitting the ball well lately, and they do play better at home. I know all of that, okay? But Eduardo is fire. He's got the high strikeout potential, all right? He's going against a Baltimore team that, yes, they've been hot lately, but they can also strike out in bunches, okay? In absolute bunches. The upside potential for Eduardo Rodriguez is very, very high, and I have got to have that in my lineups in this main slate, and at 8,900, he is a steal. The next pitcher that I absolutely love is Marco Estrada. Marco Estrada going against this Yankees team. He has been pitching awesome this year so far. His previous games have been lights out. He's gotten like a ton of strikeouts lately. Look at these last games. If you look at the game log, the last 2 games, he got 12 strikeouts and 8 strikeouts. He's really stepping his strikeouts up and getting it more consistent as of late. Like I said, guys, with the play of Eduardo, look at that. Baltimore strikes out a lot. If Marco can get 39.7 against Baltimore, I don't see why Eduardo can't clear 30 as well. I love him. And Marco's got the high upside. He's going against a Yankees team that's not very disciplined. They strike out a lot as well. They strike out a lot. Okay? And with Marco Estrada being at home in Toronto, and I fully expect Toronto to keep this fire offense rolling on all cylinders. Their offense has been ridiculous lately. All right? So with them facing CC Sabathia, I expect them to do very well against CC. Their offense is amazing as of late, and for Marco to get the win as well. Now, at first base, my boy Paul Goldschmidt. We know one thing about Paul Goldschmidt. When he's facing a lefty, you put him in your lineup. He mashes left-handed pitching. I mean, absolutely destroys left-handed pitching. More specifically, this left-handed pitcher. He has a great history against this guy. And on top of that, this guy gives up a lot of steals. Okay? And because of that, Goldie is an amazing stealer as well. All right? And Locke gives up a lot of steals, guys. So Paul Goldschmidt, not only does he have the power and he mashes lefties, but I expect him to get a stolen base here, hopefully even 2. And end up having an amazing outing for us at 5,500. I know he's a big price, but he's going to have a huge game here at Miami. All right? Next up at second base, a guy that I've been targeting a lot lately because he's just been hot. As well as this whole Toronto offense, Devin Travis. Travis has been hitting amazing lately. Absolutely amazing. He's one of the guys I've been playing a lot lately. As you can see, his price has gone up from the low 3,000s earlier on in the year to 4,200 now because he has really been performing this year. All right, he's batting in an order that all of them have been just mashing the ball lately. Toronto has been running up the points lately. I absolutely love it, and I don't think they can contain that CC Sabathia can contain that and stop what they've been doing lately. All right, so they're going to continue that, especially at home in Toronto in that hitter-friendly ballpark. We all know Toronto is going to have a great game, and Devin Travis at 4,200, I like his potential here. I absolutely do, and I think he's going to be a lower percentage played guy. All right, yes, I would say Kendrys Morales and Smoke and all that, but the reason I'm not saying that is, first of all, because Paul Goldschmidt is just my favorite play of the day, okay? Favorite play of the day in this main slate. Goldschmidt's going to be a monster, all right? But Devin Travis is going to be lower owned, okay? So I'm taking the high upside with the lower percentage owned, and I'm rolling with it. In the outfield, another guy from Arizona, because I love Arizona in this game against Locke. Chris Owings. Absolutely love it. Righty versus lefty. And on top of that, Owings is a very good stealer as well. He steals bags with ease. Him and Goldschmidt have stolen about the same amount of bags. I believe Goldschmidt's gotten 33 stolen bags this year, and Owings has 30 stolen bags this year. So they're right around each other. They're both very good at stealing bases, and we all know fantasy-wise that is amazing, okay? Get them a few hits and a steal, and that's a good outing, and I'm happy with it. You know what I'm saying? So I absolutely love Chris Owings, and the best part about having a guys that can hit the ball as well as steal is they have a high floor, all right? And Locke is a guy that gives up a lot of steals. So playing guys who can steal a bag against a pitcher who gives up a lot of steals, that is beauty fantasy-wise, and you got to roll with it and enjoy the money, all right? And that's it, guys. Eduardo Rodriguez, Marco Estrada, Paul Goldschmidt, Devin Travis, and Chris Owings. All right? Now you know what time it is. Get your pencil, your pen, and your piece of paper and write these names down. This list of names, this is for all day. All these guys have crushed the pitchers that they have faced. These guys are for the early slate and the main slate, all of them. And you need to definitely try to find a way to get these guys in your lineup. All right? Starting out, Lucas Duda. I love the lefties against Chase Anderson, by the way. I absolutely love them. Jose Reyes, Carlos Gonzalez, obviously. You got Chris Young. You got Darwin Barney. Carrera is a good little value play. He's been cheap. Justin Smoke. Gregor Blanco. I love Blanco a lot, too. He's been cheap as well and leading off. And you know I already love the Arizona stack. He's a good guy to add into that stack. Marcell Ozuna. And that's it, guys. That's it. Not a crazy amount of guys who have absolutely crushed and have great histories against the pitchers they're facing, but it is a very small slate, all right? It's a very small day of DFS, but there is an early slate to kill like we have been consistently all year destroying early slates. And there is a main slate for us to get that money as well. I don't care what the size is. If it was even one game, we would be destroying it. Thank you guys as always for watching. I appreciate you guys watching. Like the video down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's get over 100 likes per usual. Once again, guys, I will be sending lineups out for the early slate. So if you want in, you need to get involved now or early in the morning, all right? Greenlightdfs.com. Let's get this money together. Thank you guys as always, and I'm out.